It was actually really gross.
It was gross as
It was gross.
That was gross.
Was that?
They were fucking.
What's good, homies? I'm TK, and this is Ace.
Going on.
So we watched Nosferatu, so you don't have to, unless this video is going to convince you to do so. But either way, we watched it. I want to talk about it. So let's just start off by saying the way this was filmed was absolutely stunning. Like, gothic horror is back, okay? Like, it's been gone for a hot second, but it's back now. Like, this came in like full force. Like, honestly, the first few minutes of the film was insane and definitely set the tone for like how it's gonna go. Like, just the lighting, the cinematography, like, I ain't gonna hold you. Anytime it was anything symmetrical, it kind of like creeped me out a little bit. It was kind of weird.
Yeah, everything was center frame more than anything. Like, it had a lot of weight, it seemed like, on the outside frame, but on the inside there was still what you wanted to pay attention to, but it was like really small. Like, it just made everything seem grander in the scale of the whole thing.
And I also want to talk about the pacing too. Like, so let me just start off by saying it is a 2-hour film, but it didn't necessarily feel that way. Like, no scene felt like filler or unnecessary. Each and every scene within that 2-hour period felt very much so needed, and it helped like kind of like guide the story and push it towards the plot line they were trying to do.
Just to pick up where you left off here a little bit, we just saw Smile 2 recently, and this honestly reminded me a little bit of the plot for that, or just pace-wise of the story. But that movie felt like it was just, there was no slowed down parts. There was no stop and discuss anything. It was just constantly going. And it felt the same with this. Transition-wise, it felt like it was smooth. It just felt like it rode along nice. And I honestly forgot it was honestly a 2-hour movie. It didn't feel like a 2-hour movie. How do you feel about the plot? Or versus how it started? Because literally, we have the trailer up right now. This is literally the first shot of it.
Come to me.
And that was the first shot, like you said. It was.
That was literally the first shot. And that set the tone for me already as it was. It just came out the shadow like that, because I didn't even see the trailer for this. So yeah, that was.
You went in just wrong.
Yeah, that's why when I saw like the people in there, I was like, oh.
Okay, because I was like, why are you so surprised about this all-star cast? Everybody was top tier. The acting, by the way, top tier. Everybody, no one screwed up.
Nobody
like,
on their pimping.
No one. Like, everybody hit in their own way. It was actually crazy. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna be honest. When they announced Lily Rose Depp that she's gonna like be in this film, I was not convinced. I'm not gonna hold you. Like, I was not convinced. Like, I've seen maybe 1-2 other pieces of work that she's done.
Yep.
It just didn't really.
Is that Depp?
Yeah, that's Johnny's daughter.
Who, the main one?
Yeah.
Oh, this is dope.
Yeah, so.
Okay, I know who that was.
Yeah, I'm not gonna hold you. I just thought, I don't know, like, they was just giving her a chance. I'm not gonna hold you. She blew that out the park. Like, she was a powerhouse. Like,
yeah, she killed that.
Give her another like 5 to 7 movies. Homegirl, she might surpass her dad. I'm not gonna hold you. Like, her acting was crazy. I was thoroughly impressed. Like, I don't even know how to describe it. That's how good it was. Cause I'm like, I think this is like her first like major thing on this level. I think, I don't know, don't quote me, my bad. But
major thing you say no.
Yeah, that I've seen. Yeah, she carried this. This is not like Interview with the Vampire. There are no hot vampires. Get that out your mind right now. No one's hot in this.
You know, it's just it's ugly.
Yeah, no one's hot.
You know,
just by the way.
This is old school.
Yeah.
Vampire ugly.
This is the classic vampire ugly.
Yeah.
Like, and by the way, I love Bill. Love him so much.
I didn't know who that was.
I mean, oh my God. I mean, he did amazing. He has so much range. Such a character actor. Like, you would have never thought this is the same man who played Pennywise. You would have never thought. There's no hints, because sometimes there are certain actors, like, I hate to say it, sometimes a role they used to play, like, there's sometimes little hints of that old role into the new role where it's like a completely different character.
That's how they become typecasted.
Exactly. I don't believe Bill's gonna be typecasted. Like, I don't.
Oh, ain't no way.
It's no way.
Yeah.
Like, it was such a change. Like, again, I can't even fully describe it. It was such a change. Like, the makeup for him looked absolutely amazing. The way he spoke, you would have never thought that was Bill.
Yeah, I didn't know who that was.
That's how amazing he did.
I had no clue who that was.
Like, I loved it. Like, I loved it.
And I don't know who that one man was. I don't even know if he was crazy. The one guy that got possessed by Nosferatu. I don't know who that was. I feel like I've seen him other movies. I just can't put my finger on it. But yeah, he killed that. He was the one stand out for me. Acting wise, yeah, he was the one stand out for me.
Yeah, like
between him and well, I can say Defoe. I mean, I hate when you get so great that people's like, okay, well, of course he did great.
Yeah.
But Defoe did it. Yeah, he always does great. But yeah, he once again carried that on in this movie too.
Essentially, those of you who don't know what Nosferatu is truly about at its core, seems like it's about this real estate agent. His name is Thomas, newly married to a young lady named Ellen. Thomas goes to Transylvania to go see the Count Olok, or whatever his name is, and the Count is just mad weird. Homie's just mad weird, and poor Thomas is having to figure out how to maneuver this incredibly weird man that he's having to, he's hoping to have him sign for a house or a contract so that way he can get this promotion at his job. So although he left his wife to try to get some more money, right, the wife is at home with two family friends, their family, and she's freaking out. She is freaking out. And all these weird hallucinations, delusions, all these weird dreams, and she's actually freaking out. She's just crashing out every single night, and they're trying to figure out what's going on with her. So essentially they're navigating what's going on with her, where Thomas is, and just trying to figure out what's going on with that, and then what the Count is really trying to do, what his motives are. It was just such an interesting plot. Thomas comes home. Ellen actually starts to calm down a little bit, actually a lot, with the delusions a little bit. After a while, the Count decides he wants to, go in and see about Thomas's wife. He's about to go see what's up with Ellen. He's sailing towards Ellen. The plague somehow comes with the Count. Pretty much plagues the whole city. They're about to quarantine the entire city. And then they realize they're gonna have to go ahead and figure out how to kill the Count, because homie is bugging. Fast forward a little bit. So Willem Dafoe's character and Ellen go ahead and accept the fact that in order to defeat the Count, Ellen's gonna have to sacrifice herself. She's gonna have to go ahead and do that. So they pretty much trick Thomas and the other doctor dude and go kind of on a wild goose hunt, try to look for the Count, even though Willem Dafoe knows the Count's about to go to Ellen. Find out it's all a bit of a ruse by Willem Dafoe, so Thomas gets mad at that. He rushes back to the home, and then we find the Count and Ellen. What's that?
They were fucking. And in the midst of them fucking, he bites her on her chest and sucks all the blood out of her and life out of her.
It was actually really gross.
It was gross as
It was gross.
That was gross. Yeah, I thought there was gonna be some kind of flip on the end. I thought she tricked them. I thought she basically was like, hey, come get these goods real quick long enough for the sun to come up. And I thought he was gonna die. And I thought she was gonna barely be alive. But I thought she was still gonna live. But yeah, no, she
died.
She had a horrific and died right afterwards.
It was gross. He died on top of her.
Yeah, she took the L for everybody.
She did. There's points in this film where I was disgusted. In a good way, of course. But I was disgusted. It's still very much so a gothic horror film, but it had some crazy jump scares. It scared the crap out of me. It was some times where I was just like, what is that?
Where do you rank this?
I would rank it pretty high. That was very classic, old school vampire. Not pretty looking, but still very seductive. That's an art. So yeah, so I would rank this pretty high. This was very much so the callback to old school vampirism. It was. The pacing, cinematography, the acting is all amazing in Nosferatu. I guess we'll just go ahead and do our rating.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 5 out of 5. What we say, fangs?
Yeah, 5 out of 5 fangs. 5 out of 5 fangs. Everything from the story to the framing to the jump scares to the plot itself. I really don't have any complaints about this movie at all.
Again, guys, we appreciate y'all for, coming through and vibing with us. We're gonna go ahead and wrap this thing up. So again, I am TK.
I'm Ace.
We appreciate y'all for coming out and vibing with us, and we'll just see you next time. You went in just
yeah.